Well, hello, Cyberland and worlds beyond. This is DIECAST NORBZ Galactic Hooligan, and I'm here today on this great day that I thought that nothing good was actually going to happen, and then I actually got this. Let's see if I can. That was actually supposed to go a lot smoother, but it is Transformers Alternity GTR Nissan Convoy, or Optimus Prime here in the States. So I'm actually happy to bring this guy over to you, and I am super stoked about this guy and everything like that. You know, so like it's been a figure I've actually wanted for a long time. So welcome to my show, and thanks for joining me. There's nothing good on TV. Believe me, there's nothing good on TV. So just sit back and relax. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for any time that you actually want to join me and everything like that. I'd really appreciate it, and I appreciate all of you for joining me today. Thanks a lot for coming in today and everything. So let's get on with the review. All right, and we are back, and I'm going to stand by saying that there's nothing good on TV. Nothing, it tells you. So I'm actually glad that you're here. And without any further hold-ups or anything like that, I'm actually going to bring you Transformers Alternity Optimus Prime, or Convoy, depending on where you are and everything and how you actually know him. And this is how he actually comes in the box. I actually found this through a Facebook seller, and I am glad I did. Alternity GTR, or the Skyline. And this is A1, and this guy looks really, really amazing. I'm not going to tell you that you can't get him at all or anything like that, because he's actually out there. Now I'm actually hearing that Big Bad Toy Store is actually having a restock on this guy altogether. So I'm actually glad that they're actually doing that, because I kind of feel like everybody should actually have the opportunity to actually own this guy. He looks great in package, and there we go, the Autobot symbol on the back and everything like that, where you're actually seeing his GTR greatness, you know? And just let me give you another look over here. If you read Japanese, this is actually the time to actually pause and take a good read and everything like that. I'll leave it here for just a little while longer. And there we go. And just let me take him out of the box, because this is the thing that I actually enjoy about these packages, is the fact that they're actually so amazingly, like, you can actually keep them forever, you know? And just remove this out of the box, and just gonna put this back here for a second. I'm gonna remove this, and then all you have to do is open that up. And that is kind of like almost a forever display, you know, keeping him just like pristine. And that is great packaging. I love that, you know. And we can actually come over here. But first, let's take a look at his instructions here, which is actually very well kept. I'll actually tell you, the person that I actually bought this from probably kept these guys in pristine quality and everything like that, you know? And I love the fact that these actually look like just like really simple to follow directions. I actually learned how to transform this the hard way, because I'm actually like a big fan of puzzles and that sort of thing, especially puzzles and Transformers, you know? But this guy is actually pretty well described and everything. There we go. And just like take a quick look at the back. That's actually really nice. You know, I noticed that they actually have a silver version of Convoy over here and everything like that, and I guess that's what this guy is. I really would love that silver version. That silver version is actually pretty dope. And I kind of wish that they actually made a Prowl out of this too and everything like that, you know? But he actually comes with like his own schematics and everything. 10-dimensional 10-dimensional processor block, time storm detector array. I love these though. Anti-Hyperion space-time piercing tachyon blasters. That's a crazy invention right there, and I love it. I'm actually like a big fan of the fact that he actually has tachyon blasters. I kind of wish that he actually came with his normal rifle and everything like that also. But yeah, I digress. I'm not gonna really like fret too much about that whatsoever, because what we actually do have here is actually still pretty cool. Just let me put this all over here, and there's like a little thing down there also and everything like that, but I'm not going to pay attention to that too much. Just let me gorilla this back inside, and there we go. And now we're going to take a closer look at Prime himself. And he is pretty awesome. I really love all this detail here. If you are actually into racing and that sort of thing, you'll actually know that the Mighty Skyline is actually one of those cars that is actually kind of like a racer's dream and everything like that, you know? Just let me bring you in here just a little bit closer. There goes the GTR symbol. That's great though. I really love that. I love the fact that it's actually so clear, you know? Like you hardly ever notice that. Even our masterpieces and everything like that, they don't even put like the symbol over there as much as it's actually supposed to be prominently done. And they actually found a way to do that a long time ago. I guess it's a technology that's actually kind of lost. I mean, we can actually make out the Nissan symbol right over here also and everything, you know? Let's see, let's go down here, panel lines. Just a beautiful car. I love this, you know, like these disc brakes right over here. That is just really beautiful detailing. Something that I actually noticed that Lazy Eyebrow actually said with Cliff Jumper, with the Earthrise version of Cliff Jumper, and that was actually very cool, you know? Like, once you actually bring out that detail and everything like that, it's just beautiful, and I love how they actually brought up the detailing in here. You know, they did that on all the wheels and everything like that. Like, that's actually really beautiful stuff. Love the GTR in the front. You know, that front grille is just great. I love this also. You open up the doors, and then there goes your driver's side. Love that. They actually put like a lot of detail into this. And I think that somebody actually proved me wrong, was actually trying to prove me wrong just the other day and everything like that. But I think that these actually came out a little bit after BT. It could have, like, my timeline could be wrong. And if it is, just correct me down on, in the comments. But like, I really want to say that it's actually, there was Boneltech or BT, and then it was Alternity, and then Alternator, you know? But like, I'm not really sure if my chronology is actually that right or anything. But what I love about this also is the fact that we actually have seats in the back. And if you can't see them, I'm just gonna partially transform this guy for a second so you could actually see all the beauty that's actually going on here. Like, you can't, like, you don't really take appreciation into it until you actually see everything that's actually going on in here. Like, that's really, really nice. I wish we actually had, like, smaller figures to actually go along with that. That's really, really cool, and I love that, you know? So, just putting them back together for a moment so I can actually do some quick comparisons with some other cars that I actually have transformed here. There we go. And there we go. And there we are. As quick as can be and as easy as that, and he's back together again. I love this guy. And I really love the fact that he's actually so easy to transform too. We'll actually get along with that in a second. But first off, let me bring you in here with the current Voyager. So there he is next to Voyager Optimus from the Earthrise line. That's not too bad. Not too bad at all. So let me move the box a little bit. There we go. Not too bad. And, you know, in a way, he's actually kind of like around the same depth and everything like that as, say, current Deluxe over here and everything like that. We bought in Wheeljack. And just let me put Wheeljack and Convoy here together. Still not bad, you know? There we go. I'm going to bring him in with a current masterpiece. Just let me give you a little bit of clarity here. Current masterpiece, let me give you Prowl. Even though my Prowl isn't as current as say like the new masterpiece with the more cartoony look, he's actually still very much in scale with everything here. And like if you're actually like looking at Datsun or Nissan with another Nissan, this is like one Fairlady Z with another Fairlady Z. Like that's actually like just a great thing to look at right there, you know, like a before and after. Just really beautiful. I love that. I love seeing these two together. Lengthwise, they're about, hold on. Lengthwise, they're about almost the same length and everything like that from hood to trunk, you know? And I love hatchbacks, so this actually gets me in every single way. And let me bring him in here with his Alternity buddy, Bumblebee. And that looks pretty nifty. I like that. I like that a lot. Scale-wise, I really think that they actually measure pretty well with each other and everything, you know? Like, that's actually really nice. You're gonna see some like major differences in these two in a minute though, you know, as far as like height and everything like that and width. So without any further holdups or anything like that, I'm going to just take Prime here and transform him for you guys and everything like that. And then, there we go. And then we will be back here in a moment. All right, here we go. And I'm just going to transform Prime into his robot mode. Now this car mode is actually really great. I love what they actually did with the transformation. First, we're gonna start off by opening the doors, so we'll actually have some clearance. Then we're going to separate the top of the roof from the hatch. Then just open up the hatch right over here. They're actually gonna disconnect right from the legs, right from the back here. So, and foreshadowing, these will actually become the legs. So just open that up. And that actually opens up pretty easily and accordions outward. So you can actually start like making some more room. You'll actually take the back seats and we'll bring those down. Let's separate the legs right over here and here. And then we're just going to start moving the side panels over here outward while bringing this little panel right over here inside out. There we go. And then we'll actually do the same thing over here. We'll bring this out and then bring this inside out. Then the back trunk will actually go right over here and right over here on the inside of the window. Then we'll move this down and that'll actually be the side of his leg. And same over here. Then, oh, before we do that, let's bring this, the back panel, all the way in the back, right against his wheels. There we go. Then we are going to, let me see if there's a good way of explaining this. We're going to bring this down a little bit. And then this foot right over here, there is a peg right over here that goes into a peg hole right in his foot. Bring it down and into that peg hole. Be really careful with this. I actually heard online that it was actually that there was a way of breaking those since it's actually got the clear plastic, and that doesn't actually become as durable. So your mileage may vary. If you actually get one where that peg just becomes a little bit too tight, I'd really suggest maybe sanding it down just a little bit in order to make that connection work. But if you don't have any issues, I don't have any issues in mine or anything like that, so like it actually works. But if you do actually have some clearance issues, just make sure to look out for that. And just bring these two pieces together and that'll actually form one leg. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Just bring everything in. And on this one, you'll actually have a hole that actually goes into where this peg on his foot goes into. So it's actually very much opposite land on these 2 feet. So all you want to do is bring that in and peg that into the hole right there. Remember, be really careful about that. There we go. And now we're going to bring these panels out a little bit. And in true, let's see, they actually took like a little bit from the movie, actually, from like the first movie, where we actually had like a lot of the automorph, where like you move certain things and things actually start transforming themselves. So we want to give like a little bit of clearance to like the front end right over here, where we're actually going to lift this hood just a little bit and then bring out these two panels right over here that actually go into his chest cavity and everything like that, you know. So we're actually just going to accordion this out a little bit. That'll actually bring up his head. That's actually in this engine block, and while securing those two together, they don't really lock in together or anything like that, but it actually makes a connection. And then just bring this whole entire piece down, and that'll actually unlock his abs, and it'll actually just bring that all the way down. And then once you're actually done with that, this whole piece, this whole cod piece right over here, just accordions upward and then just locks right into that stomach area. Then we'll actually take the seats, bring them down, fix his hands a little bit. Then on the very bottom over here, you'll actually see like a little panel. It's not much of a panel, but it actually like connects everything right there. Just bring those in. On this side, do the same thing. Bring that in. Put the seats down. Then slide them over just a bit. You'll actually feel it locking in. So just let me do it again. So slide those panels in. There we go. And you actually hear that click. Then bring the hands down. On the other side, slide it in until it clicks. Then bring the arms down. Then, if these actually move along with the arms and everything like that, all you want to do is just bring this up a bit and then bring this around and over. They'll actually angle themselves. So just bring this around and then back again on this hinge, and they actually just kind of like tend to angle themselves. And now let's get ready for the big head reveal. And there we go. And that, my dear friends, is Optimus Prime, or Convoy, in his alt mode, and he looks amazing. So I'm going to bring you back over to stage A, and then we will actually take more of a look into this robot. This is actually great. I love it. Okay, robot mode on this version of Optimus Prime. He is actually very, very cool. I love this figure. And just let me give you like just a quick look at everything here. This guy is actually really brilliant. Now he actually does come with some light piping right over here on his head, and I don't know if you can actually see it right now or anything like that by the way he actually looks over here. Like I'm actually trying to get that whole entire light piping thing going and everything like that. He actually does come with some light piping. It actually lights not as brilliantly as Bumblebee's or anything like that, but actually better than Cliff Jumper at least, you know. Chest doesn't really lock in or anything like that, you know, but he's actually like made for like more of the collecting static poses, I guess, you know. His steering wheel is actually all over here. You can actually check out like some of the gear stuff that he actually had in his car mode. Let's see here. Ab area. The way he's actually designed, it looks like he's actually designed more of like as like more of a racer than anything else, you know. So like that's actually cool. A lot of people actually told me that didn't really like the way his head actually might have actually looked, but I think it's actually kind of cool. It's not like your classic Prime or anything like that, but still yet though, he's actually not bad. There we go, all the way down to his legs, his feet. There we go. And just let me give you another quick 360 at the whole entire bot all together. he's actually pretty cool. He actually does come with like a lot of heft though, you know what I mean? Like more heft than like say your masterpieces and everything like that, you know? And that's because he actually has like a lot of die-cast metal like material on him and everything like that. Like the back piece is actually all die-cast over here. His abs and his crotch piece are actually die-cast and everything like that. His legs are die-cast, you know? So like a substantial amount of die-cast, which actually gives him like a lot of good weight and everything, you know? If you're actually looking for a gift for a person who actually happens to be a car enthusiast and everything like that, this is probably one of the best bets right over here, you know? He actually does come with like some articulation. He actually comes with like a 360 by his head because like that's the way he transforms and everything like that. So 360 by the head. He actually has a 360 by his arm right over here, shoulder mount, and that's actually uninhibited by anything. He can actually go out about this far. Let's see. He can actually move in about that far. His arms are like a little stumpy and everything like that, so like it doesn't really clear like the front end or anything like that, but like I tend to think that's actually kind of like a alternity design, you know? He actually does have like wrist articulation. He actually has 90 degrees on his elbow. He turns by the bicep also. Let's see, no waist articulation, and that's sad, but that's actually due to transformation. He can actually kick up. He can kick up that high. He can actually kick back that far, but if you actually like get out of the way of his like hood, or if you actually get out of the way of his roof, he actually does that. Let's see. He can actually feasibly do a roundhouse and everything like that, you know, so like that's actually not bad, you know. Anybody who can actually do a roundhouse is actually okay in my book, you know. Let's see. He is very top heavy actually, only because of like all the die casting and everything like that, you know. He actually has a 90-degree bend at the knee. He can actually go in, and if you actually like move it in like this, it actually locks in his knees a little bit more for static poses, you know. Let's see. He actually has thigh rotation, and he actually has like dorsiflexion and like all the other stuff that actually goes on with the ankle tilt and everything like that. And just let me fix this, because at times that can actually, if you're actually like moving this around a bit, it might be easy for you to knock it out of its socket. Just let me do that, and just let me do this. There we go. So there we go, all done. And altogether, really not bad bot, you know? Like, I really, really like him. I like him a lot, you know? And he probably may not be, like, the person that'll actually get the most play value or anything like that, but so far I haven't put him down yet or anything like that, and I really think he's actually cool. If you want to give, like, a size comparison and everything like that, he lets you give him a size comparison with a current deluxe. So really, he's just like maybe the size of a Voyager, if anything else, or like maybe a bigger deluxe, like say like Hoist or something like that, you know. Here we go, next to a current Voyager. So there goes Prime, and there goes Prime, you know. So it's kind of like, even if you actually got like Masterpiece Prime like right next to him and everything like that, it's kind of like still like Prime's kid brother or something like that, you know. So there we go. We will actually bring him next to Prowl here, a current Masterpiece. And remember, in auto mode they actually both matched up, but like in this mode he actually tends to be like a lot smaller and everything like that compared to everything, you know. Oh, I actually forgot to mention, he actually does have ratchets, but they're kind of like, you can hear the clickiness there and everything like that, but they're kind of like really just like soft ratchets. Like they don't really hold as well on my copy, you know? But like, I'm actually hoping on the newer copies that are actually being made and everything like that and being sold out there and everything like that, there will actually be like a huge variance there, you know? So anyway, so there it goes. And let me also bring in Bumblebee here, because Alternity Bumblebee actually was a complete match, I kind of feel, with the current Masterpiece lines and everything like that. So just let me bring Prime over. Actually, since Prime is the focus, let me just bring him over here. There we go. So he's actually kind of like midway in between, like, say, like a Prowl and a Bumblebee and everything like that. And I don't know. You know, like, he's actually kind of like out of scale for like a lot of collections and everything like that. If you're looking for him as like a part of your masterpiece collection, I'm not really sure what to say there or anything like that. But then again, I really like him a lot. So like, I kind of think that he would actually be like a great like sub piece to your masterpiece collection. He's smaller than like an Alternator or an BT, smaller than like maybe like your deluxe kind of size Autobots and everything like that, and like really like a lot smaller than Bumblebee here and everything like that. So it's kind of like, I don't know, an alternate world where Prime is actually kind of like the kid in the group and everything like that, or the teenager of the group, you know, and Bumblebee has actually like grown to master his arts, you know. So like, I don't know, but like aside from that, he's actually very cool. I really still dig him a lot, you know, especially for like, because of like the racing enthusiast and everything like that in me, you know. Oh, and for his Hyperion blasters, they just come right at the back of the seats over here and everything, you know. So that's actually very cool. I almost kind of wish that he actually came with like his own swords or his his normal like rifle and everything like that, but he's actually still very cool. I can actually really just like dig this whole entire thing, and I love the fact that they actually took like another route in like just using this hood, like this whole hood as his back. There was a part of me that kind of wishes that this actually accordioned into like more of a backpack or something, but yeah, like I really still like him, you know. So there we go. Final thoughts coming up in just a microsecond. In a world where Optimus Prime is actually supposed to mentor Bumblebee, and Alternity actually being a thing, I'm kind of finding like being hard to figure out exactly where to put him in my collection, because Alternity Prime is actually like just such a great piece, but I don't know if I should actually have him in a world where Bumblebee is actually doing the mentoring for him or anything like that, you know? And I keep on thinking to myself that maybe Prime might be his own thing, or maybe I might have to like make another selection or like another place to put like purely Alternity characters and everything like that all together. But if you get this guy, you will actually really love him, you know? Like, he doesn't really have like a whole lot in the way of articulation or anything like that, and like but he actually brings a lot of presence. And that's the one thing that I actually have to say about this Prime, is that when it actually comes down to him, I think that, you know, just having him in hand and everything like that, it's actually more than worth it. So that's pretty much it. Like, I think you should actually pick him up. Like I said before, they're actually having a pre-order for him on Big Bad Toy Store. You know, I'm not being paid to like actually say that or anything like that, but like I definitely think that he's actually worth the look-see. Also, there are like a lot of people who are actually like selling him on Facebook and everything like that too, and like some of the chats and everything like that, and you'll probably find a better price for him there, because that's what I did, you know. So there we go. And that's it for me, DIECAST NORBZ, Galactic Hooligan, saying that when these stop being magical, that's when I'll stop collecting. Also, if you're out there and you're actually like able to do a good deed for the day and everything like that, just make sure you do. Be kind to one another, be kind to everyone out there, and because the Galactic Hooligan always says that being kind is the most gangster thing that you can actually do. So there you go, and I will talk to you soon.